As KPRC2 investigates the Houston Housing Authority, we have uncovered a culture of intimidation and secretive deals designed to keep you in the dark.
So this morning, our investigative reporter Amy Davis is here to shine a light on the practices keeping former employees silent. Amy?
Yeah, and Sophia, Houston Housing Authority President and CEO David Northern is on paid administrative leave right now while outside legal counsel investigates all of the contracts signed by him and how they were awarded. We are no doubt doubling up on those efforts, calling some of the same current and former HHA employees. But listen to this. We discovered that since Northern started in 2022, out of about 200 employees, 190 of those either quit or were fired.
This long list of former Houston Housing Authority employees came from the HHA, just names and dates their employment ended, no details.
Well, that's astonishing that you would see that high a turnover in such a short period of time.
Houston City Councilman Julian Ramirez said the large number of employees leaving is concerning, but more troublesome are the executive level employees who left essentially muzzled. KPRC2 Investigates obtained 3 confidential settlement release and severance agreements signed by David Northern and the former HHA employees. Keelan Lewis, former vice president and general counsel, was paid $99,999 on the condition Lewis file no claims, lawsuits, or make any disparaging statements or representations to anyone about HHA or its attorneys, directors, employees, contractors, or agents. Senior Vice President Cupid Alexander was paid out just over $89,000 for not communicating about his employment with anyone at HHA other than the HR director. And he had to agree to drop any claims for violation of public policy, fraud, and misrepresentation, among other things.
And lastly, Vice President of Operations George Griffin was paid out $99,900 for his silence.
You hope that your government agencies are transparent and that the public can find out what's going on so it can evaluate the performance.
HHA's procurement policy specifically states all procurements that exceed $100,000 must have approval from the board prior to award. Since these agreements and payouts were just shy of that threshold, the board may have never known the executives were paid to keep quiet.
Anytime an employee is prevented from telling what they know about waste, fraud, or abuse that might exist in an organization, that's bad public policy.
And since the HHA board put CEO David Northern on paid leave, it made HHA Vice President and General Counsel Janine Havel-Cox the interim president and CEO, the very same person who drew up these confidential agreements and presented them to the now former employees.
So I did reach out to Havel-Cox and the new HHA board chairman to ask if they would lift the non-disclosure agreement so that the former employees can speak freely with us and investigators. They told us they did consider this. They also spoke with attorneys but decided not to because it could open the housing authority up to lawsuits from the former employees, because part of that is them agreeing not to sue.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the reason.
Yeah, I mean, and so we think we'll be learning more about this. A lot of those 190 employees, we spoke with about a dozen or so of them, have pending EEOC complaints or had other reasons why they didn't want to speak on camera. But a lot going on right now at the HHA.
It's a lot of money to keep people quiet.
Right.
All right, Amy, thank you so much for staying on top of this.